Hi everyone, this is AmSwim40 from AngryBirdsNest.com. Today I'm going to show you how to back up your Angry Birds process from an iOS device. We made the same video a couple years ago, but quite a bit has changed since then, so we just want to show you how it's done nowadays, and hopefully this will help everybody out. We like to use a program called DiskAid. We think it's the most user-friendly. It's available for both PC and Mac, and it's 100% free. So, it doesn't get a whole lot better than that. DiskAid is made by a company called DigiDNA. So if you go to their website, download DiskAid and boot it up, hopefully you'll see a screen that looks somewhat like this when you connect your device. Okay. So, you can see I have my iPad plugged in. I'm going to go to Apps. This brings up a listing of every single app I have installed on my device right now. As you can see, I like to play Angry Birds. That's just me. One thing you want to note is that all these Angry Birds apps are just called Angry Birds. But the icons are accurate, so very much pay attention. When you're backing up data, when you're transferring data, make sure you're working with the correct app. If you transfer something from the original Angry Birds into Seasons, you might render that game completely unplayable. You'll have to go through, uninstall, and start from scratch. We're looking to help you back up, but you need to take caution when you're working with different apps that are very similar. So I'm going to work with the original Angry Birds right now. That's this icon here. I'm going to go to the Documents folder. And these are the files that I care about. So I'm going to create a folder. You can put it on the desktop. You can put it in My Documents. Best option would be to put it in a program such as Dropbox. Why? Well, in case something happens with your computer. That way all of this backup is stored someplace that has nothing to do with your physical device. It's stored on Dropbox's servers and you can access it from anywhere you need to. So you have a folder ready. In every single Flinger app, there's these two files, highscores.lua and settings.lua. Those are the most important files that you can grab. So I'm just going to drag and drop into my folder. In some of the more recent apps, such as the original Angry Birds and Angry Birds Star Wars 2, there's a system called Rovio Accounts, and that's Rovio's cloud-based backup system. Those files are also stored on your device, and those are right here. We call them hash files. Why do we call them that? Well, this is settings with a unique hexadecimal hash after it. That's unique to my Rovio account. I'm going to take the high scores and the settings files, and I'm going to back those up as well. Again, all you have to do is drag and drop to your folder. There's a few other files in here. If you really want to, it can't hurt to back them up. You can just select all and drag and drop. Just the same as before. I'm going to choose not to. Okay. So right now, I'm all set. If my iPad decides to take a bath tomorrow, I'll be able to go out, get a new iPad, and pull in these data files, and I'll be all set. I'll be ready to go, and all my progress will be there just as it was today. I could also do this to transfer progress from, say, my iPad to my iPhone, or from my iPhone to a new iPhone, things like that. It's good to do this periodically, especially when an update comes around. It's kind of a nice way of making sure that your progress is kept up, just in case something happens to go wrong. Now, one common question we've had is, why does my Rovio account data not save to my device? What some people have noticed is that if you're playing Angry Birds and you're logged into a Rovio account and then you sign out, your progress is not on your device. It's different progress. It's older progress. So that is by design. However, we're hoping to make some improvements to the Rovio account system so that it will allow the device to see that data. As it stands right now, the Rovio account data file, which is this one, and your device data, which is there, they don't really talk to each other at all, but you can force them to. So let's suppose I have my high scores and settings files and I have these backed up somewhere. So I don't need them in this folder. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my high scores file and I'm going to create a copy and I'm going to rename it. How am I going to rename this? I'm going to remove the hash. So now it just says highscores.lua. Do the same thing with the settings file. So now these are exact copies of your Rovio account data, but they're named just high scores and settings. I'm going to select these and I'm going to drag and drop back into Diskaid. Am I sure I want to replace? Yes, I am. And now if I were to go onto my iPad and I signed out of my Rovio account, the data would be 100% identical. That's a nice way of covering yourself if, say, you're going someplace where you're not going to have an internet connection, or if you just want to make sure that your device is synced up with your Rovio account. That's all from me, guys. Hopefully this is going to help you out. Be sure to visit AngryBirdsNest.com for all your Angry Birds needs. I'm Amswim40 signing off. Have a great day, everybody.